Peace, Prince Ash here, back with another rambling on. It's been 8 days, so fucking it's time enough to fucking get back to it, man. I've been struggling with like ideas of what to talk about and stuff, and try and come up with like fresh content and shit like that. But I suppose I'll just talk about what's going on with me. Like I'm doing pretty good. Like reached out to a load of old friends and stuff and tried to make amends for like shit that went on in the past, and some were receptive, others weren't. Some kind of said like, I really respect what you're doing, like, and I understand what you were going through at the time and it means a lot and all that. So yeah, that's nice. It gave me a bit of closure, because like some of these people, like, I mightn't ever speak to them again. Like, that's just the nature of it. Like, people grow apart, move on, shit happens. Fucking yeah. So anyway, I can't go into too much detail about it either. Like, but I've been working a lot on my feelings and my thoughts, and getting better at identifying what I'm feeling or what is going on and what I'm thinking. Like, what are these thoughts I'm thinking? But fucking, especially when it comes to loneliness, that's a massive one for me. Like, I can come into this room, like, that's why I bought this sensory light here, like, is just to make it a bit more comfortable, because I can suffer through time that I spend alone, like, and that's getting better. And the way I could describe it is I'm better at sitting with myself, sitting in my own company. Like, that's just improving. Obviously, I'm going to therapy every week, and I've been putting in like some serious work there, and that's helping a lot. Not to mention all the other shit I'm doing. Like, so yeah, I'm in a good place, thank God. Let me know what's going on with you. Drop it in the comments, all that shit. Any questions, I'll make a video answering them. All that shit. I plug this shit every time, but like, trying to get the subscriber count up and all that shit, like, And other than that, like, I know, like, there's certain things I've like apologized and made amends for, and I would have had a deep sense of shame and a deep sense of guilt about these things, and now I'm kind of like, I've done everything I can do about it, and I'm willing to say sorry and take accountability for everything, and I have. So there's not much more I can do about it now, so there's no point in like worrying about that shit anymore. And don't get me wrong, I'm not done. I have so much more shit to take accountability for, but like, I'm getting there with it. My cousin reached out to me as well recently. Well, I've been talking to a few cousins, like, but one in particular we hadn't spoken for years. He lives in another country, like, that's where he's from. Like, I've kind of family scattered around the place, around the world, like, but no, this cousin in particular, he sent a beautiful message to my mother. He had sent it to me as well first, but unfortunately, he sent it to my old number, so I never got it. So my mother just told me there as I was leaving. She gave me a lift home. Like, I watched the Ireland match with my brother today. Got the win, 2-1. Come on, you boys in green. Up Ireland. And Paddy's Day was on, so I was extra patriotic, I was listening to Irish music all day. Anyway, my cousin sent this beautiful message, just that we haven't connected in a long time. I think of you often, and I'd love to meet you again in the future. And like, that meant the world to me as well. That was really nice. Like, and obviously the rest of my family really liked it too. And so I'm looking forward to like reconnecting with him again. And it's about time, like, yeah. So all in all, I'm doing good. I had an episode there last Friday, almost a week ago now. That was the last episode I had, and I hadn't had one for 3 weeks before that. So I'm noticing like a correlation with like, I can get triggered in certain events, and that's kind of how it starts. It turns into like a panic attack, and I start hearing voices and shit. Um, and the reason I had one, I was at a football match with my cousin and my brother. My cousin brought along a friend, like, and he was giving me a lift home after, and he kind of could have. He went. It was amber lights at the traffic lights, but he carried on through and across the road, and he was like, "Oh, Jesus, I hope there's no guards looking." And I just looked around and was like, "Yeah, hopefully not." And he was like, "There's one in the back, John." His friend was a fucking guard, man. And that just kind of set me off being paranoid. I was like, I don't want to be on the Gardaí's radar. I don't want them to even think about me. And it was all just pure paranoia on my part, like, and anxious thinking. Like, I was thinking of everything I ever did wrong, like, and didn't get arrested for, like. But yeah, that's just where my head brings me, man. Like, it just, I build shit up in my head that doesn't even exist, like anxiety about things that are just so irrational, but they do affect me. Anyway, if you have any music you'd like me to react to, drop that in the comments, because I love doing the reaction videos as well. I like obscure rap. Husky's my favorite rapper. He's the bomb. I've learned so much from his music, to be honest with you, and I do my own thing, obviously, as well, but I really learned a lot from the way Husky raps. It's anyway, yeah, that's the way it is. And I'm working on a new album called Redemption, and that's going really good. Like, I'm buzzing to get that project out there, because it's going great, like, and I'm having a ball, like a fucking whale of a time making the music. Like, I'm in the studio every week. I'm writing every day, pretty much every day. Like, in the evenings when I come home, I start writing raps, like, and that's going good. I'll link my TikTok in the description as well. I do freestyles on there if you want to check them. I upload a few online as shorts on my YouTube channel as well, like, but fuck it, I'll drop the TikTok link as well, because I'm low on followers, so you might like the content there, and if you don't, fuck off. No, that's a bit cheeky of me, but sure, look. Yeah, aside from that, there's not much else going on. Like, I'm just generally feeling pretty good in myself and happy to be in recovery. And I don't, like, my addiction was a fucking nightmare. Like, it was an absolute nightmare for me, and I just don't want to go back to that nightmare. I was quick and easy enough to go back to it before, but, like, now that I'm kind of standing up on my own 2 feet and taking accountability and doing what I have to do to get well, like, I feel like that's my happy destiny. I'm gonna stick with that, because it's just a better way of living. Like, I prefer being honest, upfront, and accountable for my actions, like, and not hiding away or planning an escape or fucking trying to move country to get away from any consequences that are going on, like, in my life. And the consequences just get worse. And times I have moved away, I've moved country, I've moved county, I've moved house from my mother's house to 2 doors down. My neighbour's house, I was living with them for a while. Became homeless. Slept rough on the streets for a bit. Got back into this recovery house anyway. I won't go into it too much, but the point I'm making is I don't want to go back to that life. I don't want to go back to the street. I don't want to go back to alcohol. I don't want to go back to drugs. I don't want to go back to gambling, because it's just that obsession that I'll chase to the gates of insanity and death. And I suffer from psychosis, schizophrenia, and I don't want to make that worse either, because that's already a bitch to deal with when you're sober, like, and it's fucking 100 times worse when you're drinking, like. So yeah, things are going smooth. I'm glad to be back making a few videos as well, spitting a few raps, and yeah, a few nice little outlets for me there in my life, like, and fucking shit to be tipping away with. And Yeah, things are going good, man. Peace. Prince Ash.